What's up, people? It's your girl Adeola. So as you guys can see from the title of this video, it's about my birthday party. It's about my birthday party. First of all, huge shout out to my mother, that is Pastor Shade Badru of the RCCG King's Palace in Katy, Texas. Among other things, this is the church that feeds homeless people in Katy, Texas multiple times a week. Oh shit. You guys remember the couple that I featured on this show last year that had a baby boy after 23 years of marriage? Yes! Guess what? The wife turned 50. Hello, you guys. Doesn't she look amazing? Like, she doesn't even look 50. Mommy, in case you're watching, God bless you. You need to start sharing your beauty secret. Besides the Thanksgiving service, they had a Zoom party with people from all over the world, and I was invited. In fact, I saw a lot of big people at that Zoom party. I was like, what am I doing here? You know, I even saw my mom and dad, even though they don't know who I am. I'm talking about a popular Christian actor, evangelist Mike Bamloye, and his wife. You know, I wanted to wave at them, but I had to remind myself to behave in public, you know. Anyway, we were so happy and so excited for you, mommy. Happy birthday from Kolido and I, of course. And now that I have greeted you, mommy, I like to report the celebrant and her husband, that is Pastor Tunde Badru, to you guys. So please move closer. This year, for their church anniversary, they invited me as one of their speakers. But because of COVID-19, they moved it to July. They moved the event to July. But you know, there was still COVID-19 in July. So they made it a virtual conference. But the church kept saying that they would love for us to come physically. And I'm like, I don't know. I need to pray about that. I'm like, who wants to travel during COVID-19? My husband was like, no, I don't play with her health. He didn't tell them that, he was telling me this. But then he said if I really wanted to go, that he would come with me just to make sure that I'm careful. He's the careful one in the family. Me, I'm not. Plus, of course, I'm always excited when we travel together because it's like honeymoon, you know. So he was able to take time off work and we went to Texas. Meanwhile, Kodo was begging that he wants to go to Texas, so we had to take him along. So we went to Texas, and when it was time for my presentation, they took me into one room in the church to talk to the computer. It was online, so I had to, you know, talk to the computer because everybody was watching online. I'm like, why am I here? I can totally do this from home. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, why am I in Texas presenting to an empty room? And then I found out that the other speaker, that is Dr. Alfred Tofade, was giving his own speech from his home in North Carolina. I was like, what? And the other speaker wasn't even here. Can you guys believe what Pastor Badru and his wife did? But you know, I was in the house of God, so I had to behave myself. But you know, it didn't make any sense to me at all. I gave my speech, and in the evening of that day, we had a talk show where 3 people asked me all kinds of questions. It was fire. It was a very, very hot seat. So I thought, oh, okay, maybe that's why they brought me to Texas, because of the talk show. I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. You know, we were able to do the talk show. They were able to ask questions. So the next day was Sunday, and of course, we were staying for the service, and everything went well. I really enjoyed the service. The service was great, and we were about to close when the pastor said, oh, there's one more video to play.
But I have one final video to show.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
So they started playing that, and in my head I was like, oh, it's somebody's birthday, just a day to my birthday. I was very excited for the person. Suddenly the video became more specific.
Tomorrow is somebody's birthday, but what stops us from celebrating her today?
She keeps things real, and she's funny. For instance, bye. Why are you still rolling the camera?
Oh my god. Goodness. So by that time I knew I was in trouble. By the way, the guy in the video was referring to a video of the promo I made for the church when they invited me for their event. Alright, I'll see you guys very soon. Bye. Bye. Did you not hear me say bye twice? Why are you still rolling the camera? Fuck. So that's what he was mimicking. Anyway, so I started looking for a place to hide. You know, I'm a very shy somebody. But by that time, I could see my pictures on the screen. I was like, oh no.
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Oh my god. Anyway, suddenly there was a cake in the front of the church. A beautiful cake with my favorite color, red, and Victor's favorite color, white. I was like, how did they know? Like, for real. They even wrote keeping it real on it. I was like, shut up. Thank God that Adeola went with us by fire by force. So he was able to capture the moment. So that was how we were called forward, Victor and I, to cut the cake. And the pastor's wife, who turned 50, was the one that cut the cake. It was wonderful. Oh.
So we are going to cut the cake in the name of God the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. So, amen. Let's have a clap for Jesus. God bless you.
My Lord and my God, we thank you for your daughter.
You know, my head was sparking the whole time. I couldn't believe that they would do this, you know. It was literally our first time in the Houston area. So it wasn't as if we knew each other a long time ago. I only heard of them when they had their baby last year and I featured them. In fact, at that time after I featured them, the pastor was trying to reach out to me, that he wanted to thank me. I told the person that he sent, I said I was just doing my job, that he didn't need to thank me, you know. Anyway, so this was our first time of meeting them. And I was just overwhelmed and grateful. And I thought everything was over. I was so happy. Only for them to usher us into the chapel where they had set up tons of food and drinks. And suddenly I saw a big poster with my photos. I said, Father, and I mean that. To cut a long story short, we had a party. That day, they really celebrated your girl. And that was when I realized why the church kept saying that they would love for us to come physically. Because up until that time, it didn't make any sense to me that I went all the way to Texas to deliver a virtual lecture. Ashe, Daddy and Mommy knowingly tricked me out to Texas. Can you guys believe? You see why I had to come and report them. By the way, a week to this trip, this is just on the side, we were about to sleep one night when I told Victor that for my birthday this year that I wanted an iPad. He was confused because I have an iPad, but I said I wanted one of the newer models that I could use the iPad pencil to write on, and one with bigger screen. I write my journal, so sometimes when I get in bed, I don't want to get up to use the laptop to write my journal. I just want to be able to handwrite it. So I showed him the picture of the iPad that I wanted, and he was like, okay. Normally I don't ask for anything for my birthday. And then a few minutes after that, I said to Victor, I was like, you know what, don't buy me an iPad. He's like, why? And then I said, I don't know, but I feel like God will give me an iPad. So I said, don't worry about it. He's like, are you sure? I can buy you an iPad. I said, I'm sure. I said, I'm sure. Don't worry. It's not a need. It's a want. If God wants me to have it, he'll give it to me. And he was so puzzled. So that day in Texas at the birthday party, people gave me gifts. And I was like, oh my God, you guys, you don't have to. You guys have done enough. You don't need to give me any gifts. But they insisted. So we got to the hotel and we opened the gifts. And guess what we found? An iPad. Yeah. The newest version, the exact size that I wanted. And I just couldn't believe it. Victor was shocked. I was shocked. We called the pastor to thank him, and of course Victor told him about my request for an iPad. But you know, I couldn't open that iPad for days because I just stared at it. I mean, I know it's an iPad, but to me it's a huge reminder of God's faithfulness and how much he cares. And I just could not believe that he, you know, and I'm just so grateful to the entire King's Palace family. You guys made me feel special for my birthday. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful. All the guys that played the trumpet, I wonder how long they practiced just to sing happy birthday to me with their trumpets. I was really touched. I was like, oh my goodness. And all the technical guys, they went all out to put these videos together. It may look like a few minutes, but I know the amount of work that goes into putting videos together. I am just really grateful for what they did. And of course, I got to meet my father, that is Elvon Jarrett, that we've been seeing on TV screens all these years, you know, and his beautiful wife, their twin daughters, very beautiful girls, and their sons, an amazing family. Their daughters released a song on YouTube recently, by the way. I'll put the link in the description below. You guys, they are amazing. So thank you so much to the Elvon Jarrett family. Huge shout out to Dr. Lovett Rajesh, by the way. This woman spent the entire weekend with Victor and I. She was coming to the hotel every day, and she gave me all those fancy kaftans that I've been wearing on this show that I've been talking about. Yeah, better contact her if you want one. Thank you so much, mommy. We're so grateful. Another thing the church did that I need to report to you guys is the moment we landed in Texas, that was when they started spoiling us with food. From the moment we got to the hotel, and all this food were from Royal African and Caribbean restaurant, which is owned by one of their pastors, that is Pastor Moji Ojo. So guys, we came in the hotel and look at all this food. How in the world? Hey, look at that fish. How are we supposed to finish all of this? This is orishi, you see? Hey, baba. This is a lot. Ah, thank you. And then they said there's salad in the fridge. Ooh, you see what I'm talking about? You see what I mean? If you live in the Houston area, here is their contact. Just order their asaro yam porridge. Ah, father, Koido refused to leave his plate after tasting that yam porridge. He was just asking, can I have another plate, an extra plate? If you taste that their yam porridge, yeah. Not to talk about if you add the meme on top. Oh, father, your life will never remain the same. I'm telling you. Nigerian and Caribbean food at your doorstep. Are you kidding me? Call them, just, contact them. Oh, that beautiful cake, by the way, was made by Madam Mary Omisore, aka Ade's Cake. Guys, find them on Instagram. When I went on their Instagram page, my mouth was wide open. I was like, your mouth will start watering you. And yes, they deliver. It doesn't matter the occasion that you have, just give them a call. The big and beautiful poster, by the way, was made by Harris Consult, owned by Mr. Ebenezer Okparemi. Thank you so much. You see all the people that put hands together to celebrate your girl. I will put all their links in the description below. So the reason that I waited for more than a month to talk about this is when I started posting pictures while we were still in Texas, some people commented that, oh, we didn't wear masks, and I couldn't explain to them in detail. But we actually all wore masks. Everybody wore masks. It was compulsory until picture times. Some people will say, Adeola, I'm going to post this photo and I don't know the next time I will see you. So please, just as they're about to click, take it off, just for us to take that picture. I know it's wrong. I know I shouldn't have. But at the same time, I couldn't say no to people, so they won't think I'm full of myself. But I definitely take responsibility for that. Also, at the church service, they maintained social distancing. They sat every other row. They blocked every other row. And they had less people in the auditorium compared to regular times. And they had space in between people on each row. And also at the party that they had for me, families and people that came together sat together. Plus, I waited for a month just so that I could be able to say that nothing happened to anyone. Nothing happened to anybody that was there. Nobody got sick. I didn't get sick. Victor didn't get sick. Koido, of course, did not get sick because that's why you guys have been getting the videos. Some people also wrote comments like, oh, why are you at a church? They are trying to bribe you. I'm like, so I laughed, So I laughed. I said, first of all, they know what I do before inviting me. And I think that they invited me because of what I do. And so this is not the first time that I've been invited to a church. So I don't know why some people will think that going to a church means that I will compromise what I do. I go to church every Sunday, by the way. So I'm really glad that I got to meet another YouTuber. That is my sister from another mother, Katy. She did a video about our meetup, by the way, and the link is in the description below. Please subscribe to her YouTube channel. She's doing an amazing job. Overall, I just want to thank the church for celebrating us that weekend. And I like to thank Victor, extra special, for keeping me safe in Texas. He went there just to make sure that I'm careful and that I'm safe. I am so happy that Victor went with me. And of course, it was another honeymoon like I was hoping, Anyway, above all, I want to thank Koido, and I don't thank him enough, for traveling with us and capturing the moment. The boy is doing really well. Alright, guys, thank you so much for watching. Happy birthday to everybody else celebrating their birthday this summer. July is the best. July 6th is the day of the Lord. Amen, somebody. So if you live in the Houston area and you're looking for an African church to call your home church, I would definitely recommend this church. They're heavily involved in the community. They work with the police and they work with immigrants. Plus, their pastor and his wife are just really cool. Like, seriously, I'm really honored that I got to meet them. Alright, guys, it's been real and I'm keeping it real up in here. Do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're yet to. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And until next time, I'm gonna see you all later. Peace out.